compartmentalized within clubs. There was
Hi everybody.
all this freedom of air now with YouTube and
I'm coming to you all this morning with a heavy heart.
computer-generated images of hoaxes and whatnot. Do you think this has actually created a form of desensitization?
I haven't eaten in 2 days since I've been out the hospital.
The information age,
Sort of what my PTSD has caused. And
we call this citizen journalism. There's over 1 billion cell phone cameras in the world. Who knows how many of the video cameras? So it's expected that everyone has a camera.
I put the title of this is My Life Doesn't Matter. I've had a bad experience in the hospital.
You might get a couple million views. But the ordinary
and I had my insurance company on the line because I was sending out a message that my operation had went through.
That is a real problem.
Mind you, I'm in a private room. I have good insurance. I was trying to give an encouraged speech and talk about how angry black woman affects all of us and how they're being treated. And I wanted to use an example of what I experienced in the hospital. But right now, I'm home and I never felt so alone in my life. And then I had a visiting nurse, physical therapist come out today. And she said, well, what happened to you? And I said, please don't let me explain. Because the majority of the time when I go out and tell somebody what happened to me, they don't know how to handle it. There's nobody in Massachusetts that understands the trauma I've been through. My doctor said it's the same trauma as if somebody been raped, mugged, or shot. And they don't deal with people that's been a victim of racism. And the minute I brought it up, she's going to bring up an incident that happened in Massachusetts about this white guy who murdered his pregnant wife on a bridge that happened maybe 30 years ago or more. All the crimes that happen in Boston or everywhere around the country. That's the only thing that she could think of. I'm going through a racial hate crime incident. I've been traumatized for it. And your sympathy is coming off as if, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember. I told you, you don't know how to deal with what I've been through. I'm in a state that's covering this up. I'm black. And the NAACP, I've been trying to put this out there. All they have to do is just come. Just one small peck. If they had the decency to look into it. I've never felt so vulnerable and so helpless because what is it? They say Black Lives Matter, but does it? Does my life matter? Really? I can't do this by myself anymore. I can't do it by myself anymore. I wanted to make people's lives better, and I wanted to take on this coalition. But I can't. I'm incapable of doing it. capable unless somebody comes in and helps. And therefore, I can't fight this anymore. I can't do it. You know, they went. They went. They went. I've worn out my family. It's like I don't have emotional support across the board, you know. And something I haven't done. I've been drinking across the board since I got out the hospital. The humiliation in the hospital. And Edna got it on there. She said, that's a disgrace for them to treat you that way. It's like you don't have a voice. The minute that you're trying to do something positive and you're talking about the issue, everybody's like, they got the ears out. To the point where they put it on the intercom. But if they had to listen, they would have known it was a positive message. But I'm in a private room. Why are you invading my privacy? It's like one incident on top of the incident, and I don't have the NAACP to come in here. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The worst degrading of discrimination I have gone through where it has affected my health. The humiliation. They getting ready to fit me for a wheelchair because my diabetes, I couldn't get it under control, and the neuropathy in my feet. My doctor was like, Beverly, every time you want to get on your feet with your medical, they just bring you down. It's in my medical. Peabody Properties, harassment, racial harassment. The proof is there. But my life don't matter. I've given up. I'm giving up. I can't fight this by myself. I guess it's going to take me to be a martyr for somebody to come in and say, wow, they really did this to her. Is it going to take my death for somebody to come in and say, wow, I'm not suicidal. I don't kill myself with my urge to live right now. I don't care. What good is it? My life don't matter. Don't nobody care. This fight is not just my fight. It's not just my fight. It's your mom's fight. It's your grandmother's fight. It's your sister's fight. It's your daughter's fight. To draw attention to this kind of hatred and racism, especially in housing, and what the police department does to it. But if you don't have somebody coming in and defending you, and the emotional support, wow. And there's no NAACP. This is the purpose that they said. This is the protection we're supposed to have. And then they get on TV and then they say, well, we're going to fight this racism going around the country. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. I've never been so alone in fighting such a good fight, and there's no help. I'm shutting down because it's too painful. I'm sick and I can't even recuperate. You know, I couldn't even get well with this. They had to replace my whole shoulder blade and I can't even get well. And this woman, white woman, insulted me. I said, look, you're coming in here. And I said, please don't let me explain what happened to me. I said, because majority of the time when I tell a white person, especially females, what I went through, they get offended as if I'm talking to them. I'm not talking directly to you. I'm talking about what caused my PTSD, which is you're treating me physically, but the mental part goes along with it. You know, with body, there's mental and physical health, you know, and it goes together. But if you don't have someone to treat the trauma I've been under, and even the doctor, I tell you, I said this video, I had recorded it, and I was ready to leave the hospital, and two doctors came in, and one of the doctors, I was on a route, and he said I got other patients to see, and because they were wanting to know why I wanted to leave, and it was because it was an invasion of my privacy. The fact that somebody put on that I was on the YouTube making a blog about what happened to me earlier in the hospital. And what was in my room was my privacy, and it should have remained in my room. So the doctors came in. I guess they called them in to find out what's going on. But this doctor made a comment that he got called off and he got other patients to see. So I told him, I said, well, you can leave. And he said, oh, no, I want to hear what you got to say. I said, no. I said, you said you have other people that you need to see urgency. I said, so you can leave. He said, oh, no, I want to stay. I want to hear. I said, leave my room. And he did. He said, well, I'll just be right outside. Really? Why come to me to find out what's going on and why I want to leave after being humiliated? Ask me what's going on and I'm telling you, and then you telling me, well, you got to get back to patients like my situation isn't important. Like, hey, if you feel that way, go. I'm not keeping you here. You're the one who came to me. So he said, well, I'll be right outside your door. So what happened to his urgent patients he had to get to? The other doctor says, I don't have any urgencies. He says, I want to stay here and I want to listen. And then he said, Miss McLeod, he said, you're right. I shared with him the statement about, I watched this YouTube video of how this is affecting white people, about the Miss Massey shooting. And she said, her opinion is how many cops feel this way. She said, all of them. And she said the reason how she knows is because she works with them. Burden on your heart that you shouldn't carry alone. To be humiliated and then to the verge of it in you. The attacks that I experience is there. There's no exaggeration, it's there. If you got doctors and lawyers and housing backing you up, you got even the owners of the building firing them for racial hatred. Why can't Massachusetts own it? And why can't I get representation from MCAD? I've given up. Can't do this by myself anymore. I can't take this fight on by myself anymore. And I can't deal with this pain in my heart and the humiliation anymore. I just want to numb myself out because I don't have any kind of support. It's like, oh my God, I can't describe it. This doctor's like, you're right, Miss McLeod. We get so busy and we don't take the time to stop. And he kept apologizing to me and he shook my hand twice. And then the other doctor said, I'd like to get with you. And he said, you're right. We don't have the facility to deal with people that are victims of hate crimes. And he'd like to start up something that we can have someplace for somebody like me to go. I can't do this no more, y'all. I can't do it no more. Y'all support and everything is breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart. It breaks my heart. And give me more support than my own family do. In a way, I guess they see these tears and this pain. They don't know how to handle it. It takes a stroll and a burden on all of us. And then I can't get help. What do I do? Where do I go? I call on my God. He's brought me through. He's brought me through. He's brought me through. And he put these people and organizations in place. And they don't even care. They're not caring. So I'm going on a hunger strike. What the hell? I ain't going to be missed anyway, you know. But if it takes me being a martyr for my story to get out and they see the abuse that I went through, I'm a human being. The only time they want to step in is somebody dies. What about the stories before that? I'm already not safe here with the Boston police. Is it going to take my death? Why not do it while I'm alive? Because my life don't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This PTSD is like, it's a trauma. And if you don't have emotional support, or at least a support system where you know you can recover, and that somebody's helping you heal from the damages. I mean, it's caused me physical damage as well. And that it tells me your life does matter because there's somebody out there fighting with you over this kind of injustice. What good is the headlines when somebody dies? And you go back into the story and you find out, wow, what good is it then? My life has no meaning. I don't know what to do, y'all. I don't know where to go from here. I really don't. I've never felt so alone and isolated by a system that is supposed to protect you from this kind of harassment. I mean, these people were so brave enough to think that they could keep doing this to families and children. And I thought I had a voice for them. But who has a voice for me? I don't know what else to do, y'all. I really don't. It's like nobody cares. I'm not talking about you all and the people that has been calling in and supporting. I know you all care. It's the system that I'm trying to go up against that done this to me, and they're hiding it. And the agencies that can help me prove this is like, I feel lost. I gotta go. I gotta end this. I haven't had the desire to eat, just drink. I'm a drink and I'm a drink and I'm a drink and I'm a drink. It's the only way I can numb what I'm going through. I gotta numb myself out. Nobody cares. The system. You can take an elderly woman and abuse her like this and humiliate me like this and cause physical damage like this. I'm going into a wheelchair because of uncontrolled diabetes, because I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. And I got no soldiers in my army to help me fight. So I surrender. I surrender. And I gotta go because it's just too painful. It's too painful. It's too painful. Ow, my shoulder. Ah. Good night. Good morning. Yo, I gotta go. I gotta go.